Today, the largest surface combatants of the Indian Navy are the Kolkata-class destroyers, also known as Project 15A class. The Project 15A class and their successor, the Visakhapatnam-class, also known as Project 15B class, are great indicators of the naval shipbuilding and design capability that India has reached. These destroyers are combining the best of the warship technologies of East and West. They have particular importance in these days as the Second Cold War is rising. As a weapon detective, we're investigating the Kolkata-class and the Visakhapatnam-class destroyers, the formidable fighters of the Indian Ocean. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel before we start, and give us a thumbs up if you like our video. To be notified of our new video, please click the bell button. The Kolkata-class and the Visakhapatnam-class destroyers are the most capable surface combatants of the Indian Navy today. They will retain this title until the launch of the Project 18 class destroyers. India plans to launch the first ship of this class in 2028. Analyzing these vessels would help us better understand the current regional and global situation. But let's first take a brief look at the history before we talk about today and the future. The rich lands of India had always attracted foreign invaders since the early days of their history. But the Indian culture was so strong that most of the invaders soon became a part of it. This had changed with the age of discovery. The Europeans were different. They came from the sea and managed to colonize the Indian subcontinent while preserving their own culture. After a long struggle, India became an independent dominion in 1947 and a republic in 1950. Not to experience the bad colonial period again, they realized the importance of a strong naval force. Delhi quickly focused on establishing the largest navy in the region and trained qualified national personnel. However, the UK was still the primary source for naval ship procurement. This was a problematic situation in many ways. The 1961 annexation of Goa broke the relations with the Western world. Also, during the First Cold War, India had become a part of the non-aligned movement. However, its enemy brother, Pakistan, was an ally of the Western Bloc. So, Delhi began to change its axis and acquired surface combatants from the USSR in the late 1960s. Besides, India signed an agreement with the UK to build the Nilgiri-class frigates, which were the modified version of the Leander class. Thus, India's national naval shipbuilding capability began. With the experience gained from this project, in the 1970s, India initiated a program for designing and building its first indigenous frigate. The design of the new surface combatant was a modification of the Nilgiri class. In those years, the influence of the USSR on the Indian Navy was continuously growing. So the hybrid ship was combining the Soviet and European weapons and electronic systems. The fruit of this program was the Godavari class, also known as the Project 16 class. The first ship of this class, INS Godavari, was laid down in 1978. 5 years later, she was commissioned. The Godavari class was followed by the Brahmaputra-class frigates. Also known as the Project 16A class, these ships were a revised version of their predecessors. India launched the first frigate of this class, INS Brahmaputra, in 1994. The ship was commissioned in 2000. India's indigenous destroyer design and building program started in 1980. INS Delhi, the first vessel of this program, was laid down in 1987 and launched in 1991. But because of the dissolution of the Soviet Union, the weapon systems for the Delhi class, also known as the Project 15 class, could not be delivered on time. Therefore, there was a 3-year delay in the program. The Indian Navy could commission INS Delhi in 1997. In 1986, India initiated the Kolkata-class destroyer program as the follow-on class of the previous Delhi class. In the beginning, the program goal was to design and build a surface combatant whose air defense, land attack, anti-submarine warfare, and anti-ship warfare capabilities would be higher than its predecessor. However, later the Indian Navy demanded a new destroyer based on the Delhi-class, incorporating higher technology subsystems and modern stealth design. India approved the construction of the new vessel, called Kolkata-class, in 2000. The Kolkata-class, also known as the Project A-class, has similar dimensions to Delhi-class, but there are nearly 2,500 modifications to its design than its predecessors. Similar to previous naval shipbuilding programs, India also experienced unfortunate problems and delays in the Kolkata class. Russia could not deliver naval-grade steel on time. While the design works continued, the Indian Navy decided to change the surface-to-air missile system and the gun of the ship. Also, it demanded the inclusion of a sonar dome and a modification of the helicopter hangar. Naturally, these changes caused delays. India approved the construction of the three Kolkata-class destroyers in 2000. Mazagondak Limited laid down INS Kolkata, the first vessel of this class, in 2003. But the problems were not over. The Ukrainian supplier could not deliver the propellers and shafts of the ship. So, India had to order new propellers and shafts from Russia in 2006. INS Kolkata was launched in the same year. However, during the sea trials, some problems were experienced. For example, operating the engine, gearbox, and shaft together caused additional noise. Also, a problem with the carbon dioxide valve caused a fatal accident in 2014. All the problems were solved one by one, and the Indian Navy commissioned INS Kolkata in 2014. The three ships of this class are one of the most capable surface combatants in the region, and they are marking a significant development in India's shipbuilding technology. The Visakhapatnam-class, also known as the Project 15B class, is even a more capable variant of the Kolkata-class. India approved the construction of the Visakhapatnam-class in 2011. Its hull is the same as the Kolkata-class. But there are significant changes in the superstructure. For example, the Visakhapatnam-class is stealthier than its predecessor. The redesigned bridge and mast reduce radar cross-section. Also, it incorporates a flash deck as well as a better acoustic signature and infrared signature reduction systems. The Visakhapatnam class has a railless helicopter traversing system to secure the helicopter. It features a network-centric layout with a ship data network, an automatic power management system, and a combat management system. This feature allows for reducing complement and increasing combat efficiency. India laid down INS Visakhapatnam, the first of four ships of its class, in 2013. She was launched 2 years later. The Indian Navy plans to commission the destroyer this year. Complement of Kolkata class is 390 person. Its displacement is 7,400 tons. The destroyer has a length of 163.2 meters, a beam of 17.4 meters, and a draught of 6.5 meters. Four 20,705 horsepower Zoria Mashproct DT-59 reversible gas turbines provide a maximum speed of 30 knots. With an economical speed of 18 knots, the ship can reach a range of 15,000 kilometers. The armament of the frigate consists of two 8-cell vertical launching systems for the BrahMos anti-ship missiles, four 8-cell vertical launching systems for the Barak 8 air defense missiles, one 76mm Rapido gun, four AK-630 close-in weapon systems, four 533mm torpedo tubes, and two RBU-6000 anti-submarine warfare rocket launchers. The Kolkata class has a larger hangar and a flight deck for two Sea King or Drew helicopters. The Visakhapatnam class is slightly lighter than its predecessor. Also, its complement is 300 person. These ships have network-centric warfare capability. Thanks to the cooperative engagement capability, a destroyer of these classes can conduct an operation by using sensor data of other vessels and weapon systems. The Indian Navy is the second Navy to have developed the capability in the world after the US Navy and the first in Asia.
The S-band ELM-2248 MF star radar of these classes can perform surveillance and fire control functions. It can detect, identify, and track fighter-sized aircraft from a range of 250 kilometers and missiles from a range of 25 kilometers. The radar can track more than 100 targets simultaneously. The D-band LW08 radar can detect a target with a 2 square meter radar cross-section at a range of 260 kilometers. It can track 64 targets simultaneously. These destroyers can fire all 16 BrahMos missiles in a single salvo. It has a maximum speed of Mach 3.5, so it is the fastest anti-ship missile in use. Its range is about 650 kilometers. The improved version of the missile can reach a range of 800 kilometers. The high-precision BrahMos is also effective against land targets. The Barak 8 air defense missile is effective against air threats, including aircraft, helicopters, and unmanned aerial vehicles, as well as anti-ship ballistic and cruise missiles. Its effective range is between 0.5 to 100 kilometers, while its maximum effective altitude is about 16,000 meters. The maximum speed of the missile is Mach 2. The Super Rapido gun of the Kolkata class can fire 135 rounds per minute. However, using this gun with such a high rate of fire quickly decreases the barrel life. So, Automalera advises that the maximum safe rate of fire speed should not exceed 120 rounds per minute. Its effective range is about 20,000 meters. They are highly effective against both surface and air targets. The Visakhapatnam class has the 127mm Mark 45 Mod 5 gun, whose effective range is 37,000 meters. The ELM-2248 MF Star radar provides the fire control for the AK-630 close-in weapon systems of the destroyer. The AK-630 has a rate of fire of 5,000 rounds per minute. Its effective range is about 5,000 meters. The RBU-6000 anti-submarine warfare rocket launcher has an effective range of 5,230 meters and an effective depth of 1,000 meters. The rockets are normally fired in salvos of 1, 2, 4, 8, or 12 rounds. Reloading is automatic. These vessels use 5365 KE active homing torpedoes with an 18,000 meter range or SET-65 active passive homing torpedoes with a 20,000 meter range. These destroyers have aviation facilities that allow the operating of two Sea King or Drew helicopters. Today, the rise of the Chinese Navy has shifted the attention to the Western Pacific. However, China does not have such a large naval force for regional defense. The Chinese industry needs raw material and markets. For this reason, securing the sea lines between China to the Middle East and Africa is vital for Beijing. China desires to control the entire Indian Ocean, starting from the Strait of Malacca. To achieve this goal, it works on building alliances with many countries in the region, especially with Pakistan. Therefore, already problematic Sino-Indian relations have become even more troubled in the recent years. A strong navy is more important than ever for India. This makes the Kolkata-class and the Visakhapatnam-class destroyers more valuable. With their high capabilities equivalent to the cruiser, they provide India to be effective in the blue waters. They are also the most trustable escorts of the aircraft carrier INS Vikramaditya, the biggest trump card of the Indian Navy. These destroyers are the biggest obstacles for the rogue submarines to play dangerous games in the area. Currently, the Kolkata-class destroyers serve under the Indian Navy's Western Naval Command. In 2016, INS Kolkata traveled to Seychelles, Mauritius, Kenya, and South Africa for a goodwill mission. In 2019, India sent INS Chennai to the Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman to protect its shipping interests. But these ships also participated in many international exercises conducted in the east of the Indian Ocean. In a possible war, the Western countries, especially the USA, take sides with Japan, South Korea,
and Taiwan without losing time. But in a possible Sino-Indian war, India must rely on its own strength, at least at the beginning, because the Western powers would probably wait until these two gigantic countries wear out first against each other. Please note that Delhi's emphasis on the national naval shipbuilding program is a wise decision. The Kolkata-class and the Visakhapatnam-class are among the examples of the most brilliant results of this program after overcoming many tough challenges along the way. Their impressive firepower is enough to deter the rivals of India in many cases. These destroyers are the pride of the Indian Navy and the shipbuilding industry of India. Thanks for watching our video. And please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give us a thumbs up if you liked our video. To be notified of our new videos, please click the bell button.